Hello students, you recall lecture number 2 where we have discussed various type of stresses, definition of strain, elasticity, that means what is elasticity, Hooke's law. Now in continuation to lecture number 2, today is lecture number 3 where we will discuss the concept of elasticity, that is the property of a material, and what are various types of elasticity which we will be considering to exactly understand the properties of a material as well as what is the relevance or significance of the property of elasticity. Now, earlier we have discussed that elasticity is basically the ratio of stress to strain which remain constant within elastic limit as suggested by Hooke's law, and that constant we term it as a modulus of elasticity, which has the same unit as the unit of stress because strain has no units. So now today, first of all, we will be going through the what are the basic formulas which we have to keep in mind while going through the structure analysis as well as strength of material, because strength of material will be the base for your structure analysis where you will do the analysis of a structure based on the various type of theories. Now modulus of elasticity, which is the property of a material and which we have gone through that it is a stress upon strain, that is basically when you stress is applied some strain is developed, then how you can relate the stress to strain within elastic limit. So that is basically the property of the material which is known as modulus of elasticity. So this will be the formula for modulus of elasticity, where E is the modulus of elasticity or elastic constant, sigma will be the stress, and epsilon will be the strain, and E, that is modulus of elasticity, has unit of stress. Now here we have to keep in mind that these formula we will be using when we consider the member on which force is applied and the length, or you can say longitudinal dimension of the member is more predominant than its lateral dimension. Now let us take a simple example of a steel wire. Now if you have a steel wire and you are applying some tensile force on the wire, then you will be able to see that there will be some elongation in the length of the wire. That means longitudinal dimension will be elongated. But since its cross section area is very less as compared to the longitudinal dimension, so if there is any change in the cross section area, which will be considered very negligible. So our focus will be on the longitudinal dimension, and that study will be termed as single dimension, that is one dimension stress analysis. So modulus of elasticity is also called as Young modulus of elasticity, which is basically based on the longitudinal strain. So E will be tensile stress upon tensile strain, or if compressive force is acting, then it will be compressive stress upon compressive strain. So here we have to notice that modulus of elasticity is basically related to change in longitudinal dimension. So that means how much there will be change in the longitudinal dimension, how much will be strain longitudinal strain, so that directly depends upon the property of elasticity, and that is modulus of elasticity. So if you are having information about different type of material, suppose you have 3 or 4 different type of material, so your main concern will be, first of all, to check what is the modulus of elasticity of these material. That means what will be the value of modulus of elasticity, so you can relate the stress developed in the material with strain. So this is the basically interrelated. So then you will be able to understand that how much stress you can apply so that material will remain within the limits of strain. So now significance of modulus of elasticity, why we are concerned about the understanding of modulus of elasticity of a material. Now let us consider, since modulus of elasticity is the ratio of stress upon strain, and if strain is 1 unit, then modulus of elasticity value will be equal to the stress. So E will be equal to normal stress. It means modulus of elasticity of a material can be equal to the stress required to elongate a bar. That means bar here you can say just like an example of a steel wire. So bar to double its length. That means you will be having the knowledge, you can judge that how much stress or force is required if you want to increase the length of the wire, you want to make it double. So if modulus of elasticity is more, if for a particular material modulus of elasticity value is more, that means you require more force to apply, that is more stress is required. So that means we can say that modulus of elasticity basically give us idea about the stiffness of the body. That means how stiff is that material. Then there is modulus of rigidity. Another type is modulus of rigidity or shear modulus. So name itself indicates that it will give us the information or idea that how rigid is that material. If the material is very much rigid, if rigidity is high, that means to change the shape of that body or to distort that body, you will be requiring more stress is required. So it is defined as the ratio of shear stress to shear strain within elastic limit, and it will be called as modulus of rigidity or shear modulus. So let us take example of this block type of structure, that there is a block of, maybe it is of any material just like steel, having height h as well as surface area a. Now if we apply some force F on this block, now let us consider this block is very much flexible, then very little force will be required to distort the shape of the block. But if this block is very much rigid, that means its rigidity is very high, then you will be required to apply higher force. Now here F force is applied, and you will observe that there is upper surface, or you can say upper surface of this block get shifted by some distance, that is small x. And in earlier class we have also discussed that strain will be change in dimension upon the longitudinal dimension. That means when you are applying tangential force, then the distance between that surface and other parallel surface which is resisting, so that distance is h. So here shear strain will be xyh. So from geometry you will be able to understand that it will give us the value of tan theta. That means tan theta will be xyh. But since the material which we will be using, they are having good rigidity, so that means on the application of force, this phi value will be very less. And mathematically we know that if this value phi is very less, then its tangent of that value, tangent of that angle will also be very less. So that we can compare it, or you can just approximate tan theta is approximately equal to theta, where theta will be in radian. So when you have to calculate modulus of rigidity, whose symbol is G, or in some books you may find that it will be written as C, but here we will be using terminology G. So it will be the ratio of shear stress to shear strain, and shear stress is tau and shear strain here phi, which will be calculated in radian. So modulus of rigidity basically give you the information or indication about the rigidity of the body. Now third one is bulk modulus, that is symbol K used to show the bulk modulus. Now bulk modulus is the ratio of direct stress to the volumetric strain. Now let us understand what is volumetric strain. If you see here in figure, you will be having a body, and that body is subjected to some pressure or force from all sides. Then possibility is here that if these forces are compressive in nature, then that block can get some compression. So then in that case where some pressure is acting on the body, we will be using the term bulk modulus, which is the ratio of direct stress to the volumetric strain. Because in this type of structure, when these type of forces are acting, that means forces are acting from all dimensions, all three dimensions, then there will be some change in the volume, and that change in volume divided by original volume will give you the value of volumetric strain. And the ratio of direct stress, which maybe sometimes we call it as pressure, so ratio of direct stress to volumetric strain will be termed as bulk modulus. That means it will give you some information how bulky is that material. In case, let us repeat it. In case when a body is subjected to three mutually perpendicular stresses of equal intensity, so in that case we will be using term bulk modulus. Now to understand the stress system, that is two-dimensional stress system. Earlier we have discussed the some definition part. Now we will be going towards the application part. Now let us consider, here you will find it may be a steel rod, and this was its original shape. Now original shape, this will be the original shape where the length of the longitudinal dimension is L. Now it is subjected to some tensile force. So we are thinking that this was the original shape, and on the application of force, this body got some elongation by delta L. So this dotted shape will be the final shape. This is the initial shape, and this will become the final shape. So finally dimension is L plus delta L. Initially dimension was L. So that means this bar has got some elongation by delta L. And if you go want to see the lateral dimension, this was the longitudinal dimension. Lateral dimension, you will be observing that initially dimension was b into d. B was width and d was depth. But when it got elongated, then lateral dimension has decreased. Depth has decreased by delta d and width has decreased by delta b. So b and d were the initial dimension and b minus delta b and d minus delta d are the final dimension. So here we are considering two dimension, longitudinal dimension as well lateral dimension. So this will be a two-dimensional stress system. So first of all, formula for longitudinal strain will be delta L by L. Similarly, formula for lateral strain will be delta B by B or delta D by D. Now here we have to keep in mind that longitudinal strain and lateral strain, they are of opposite nature. Opposite nature mean, now let us take this example into consideration. Here we were applying tensile force. So that means longitudinal strain is positive, that means it is under tension. But here lateral dimension are decreasing, so lateral strain will be negative. That means you can say delta V will be negative or delta D will be negative. Here in longitudinal, delta L is positive because length is increased, but here width has decreased from original value and depth has also decreased. So they will be of opposite nature. That means if longitudinal strain is tensile in nature, then the lateral strain will be compressive in nature. And the relation between both, that means the relation between longitudinal strain and lateral strain will be termed as Poisson ratio. So we, till the time we have gone through different type of stresses, then we have switched over to strain, now different type of strain and modulus of elasticity. So here we are getting the information that there is some relation between longitudinal strain as well as lateral strain, and that relation is known as Poisson ratio. No doubt Poisson ratio will be, since longitudinal strain is unitless, lateral strain is unitless, so Poisson ratio is also unitless, it will be a number. So Poisson ratio, the symbol used in general is mu. So Poisson ratio is the ratio of lateral strain to longitudinal strain. So due to opposite nature, as we have already discussed, if one is tensile, other will be compressive. So mu will be negative in sign. That means whatever be the value of mu you will be getting, it will be of a negative sign. So relation between them is lateral strain will be equal to minus mu into longitudinal strain. So in next class we will be going through more details where we will be able to calculate what will be the extension in a member in terms of, or you can say numerical value. That means if length is of suppose 2 meter and some force is applied 100 Newton or 100 kilonewton force is applied, then what will be the value of stress, what will be the value of strain, what will be the Poisson ratio, what will be modulus, different type of modulus. Okay, so today this lecture is we are completing here, that is Poisson ratio.